All of the food offerings you see here are specially prepared as part of the ritual proceedings. The food preparation starts at 1 in the morning and takes approximately 10 hours. He carefully places each item into the fire one at a time. He repeats this process several hundred times. Just this alone takes quite a few hours. Tears roll down his face. Rambal Swami is in a state of rapture. Later, I asked him why he was crying. He replied, "I wasn't crying out of pain or sorrow. Those were blissful tears." With a wooden stick, he is spreading the fire, distributing the glowing embers evenly around the fireplace. He is offering an incredible 4,000 small grated coconut balls, one by one. And little did I know what was coming next. Now, Rambal transcends to an ecstatic mood. Amazingly, he uses his bare hands as he spreads the fire in the fireplace. He fills up the fireplace with fire sticks. Rambal told me that he was establishing whether he had made the final connection with fire. It is from this point on that he will become fire-friendly. As the smoke begins to rise ferociously, Rambal takes his place lying on a bed of firewood. A pedestal fan blows to intensify the heat, and it is removed once the fire starts to grow. Now begins the journey into the incredible. Thick smoke begins to surround him. He adjusts himself to a comfortable position on this bed of firewood. Through the intense smoke, we see the fire sticks begin to ignite underneath Rambal Swami. The audience, including our production crew, are in awe. They are excited and anxious to see what will happen next. A scientist or a rationalist would ask, what if Rambau is using any fire-retardant material on his clothing? What must have been his body temperature? What is the temperature inside the fireplace? We will find out later. I asked him why his clothing and hair did not catch fire. He replied that he was in union with the fire, and fire is friendly to him, and the fire does not harm him. This raging inferno is now engulfing Rambau. He adjusts himself to a comfortable position. The fire is blowing in all directions. I can no longer bear the heat or the smoke, so I move away. I asked him what technique he uses to get into union with the fire. This was his brief explanation. I internally magnify the fire several 100,000 times, and there comes a point where I get linked and united with the magnified fire. This minute focus is my link. It is hard to notice his technique because it appears so effortless. Later on, it became apparent to me that he never tries to hide any information. In a typical landmark style of Indian yogis, I would get a small piece of the puzzle every time I talked to him. Then I would carefully reconstruct everything he had said to me, and a few days later, I would verify the facts. Rambau has entered an altered state. His head is bulged and features appear stiff. Rambau seems to be communicating with the fire by using sign language. There is no set amount of time for how long he stays in the fire. It ranges from 1 to 10 minutes at a stretch. Now the fire is blazing, reaching heights above 9 feet. Rambau himself takes a break and returns. Throughout the ritual, Rambau typically holds his breath while he continues to chant his secret mantra. The breathing cycle starts at 1.5 minutes and slowly increases to 3 minutes, then peaks at 5 minutes for each inhale. That is how he reaches a near complete focus and control over his physical senses and consciousness. By any standard of measure, it is a remarkable feat. Rambau told me that if he does not follow this breathing technique, he would be severely burned. Rambau adds more sticks to the fireplace. He periodically has to take time to refocus on his connection with the fire. Rambau explained to me that by holding his breath, it allows him to concentrate and focus his energy. All his senses and thoughts will remain largely suspended, and he will have just 10% realization of what's happening. Rambau doesn't show any sign of being tired or weakened despite this intense ritual and his fasting since morning. By now, he has been in fire for an hour and a half. Our cameramen were constantly looking for some bruises or burns on his feet, hands, shoulders, or any part of his exposed body, but there was none. I asked Rambau, how critical is it to have a guru to follow? He states without his guru's blessings, grace, and training, he could not have accomplished anything. He owes everything to him. Again, Rambau starts feeding the fire, now with herbal green, a medicinal herb with religious significance. This is traditionally used with the worship of Ganesha. Herbal green is also used as a treatment for diabetes. When viewing the rising flames, we only see part of the fire. There is actually more heat coming from beneath him that's generated by a 4-foot deep bed of coals. Rambau knows that the herbal smoke has medicinal value. Aromatherapy of ancient Indian medicine is based on this principle. He has heard of cases where people with terminal illnesses have been cured by inhaling the herbal smoke during the ritual. He would like to have this scientifically researched to prove its validity. I cannot explain the type of excitement and intoxication the audience experiences. Their anticipation increases, much like the intensification of the fire. They want to see him challenge even bigger flames. I wonder if Rambau feels as if he is holding a beloved baby as he stands to walk around the fireplace. I asked Rambau what is his secret behind his unique abilities. He believes the powerful vibration of his repetitive mantra, combined with his pranayama, devotion to his guru and God, all combined together, make up the secret to his power. He quickly adds that he has a long way to go and a lot to learn. He doesn't want to take credit for his achievements. He wants to condition his body and mind further to continue his spiritual journey. His beard catches fire, but he swiftly brushes it away.